Welcome back to a dreary, stormy day here in central Illinois. This adventure brings me to Springfield, Illinois, and the Sheels store. Sheels? What's a Sheels? I've never heard of them, you're probably asking. Well, let me explain. It's kind of like if you took the over-the-top theming of Cabela's and smushed it with a Dick's Sporting Goods store. Yeah, it's weird. So I invite you to come inside and enjoy the craziness that is the Sheels Sporting Outdoor Store thing. I don't know what this is. So Sheels is a store that I believe started in Iowa. That's where most of their locations are. Just real weird that a crazy store like this would come out of Iowa. And you mostly find them around Iowa and Minnesota and a few in Nebraska, but this one here in Springfield, Illinois is the closest one to Ohio, so I just had to check it out while I was in the area. Also weird that they have all these statues outside telling kind of the history of, the famous person, like, that's Thomas Jefferson, and, this one makes sense because we are in the land of Lincoln, so we have this statue here of Lincoln, just really awesome to see here. So first impressions of the store are quite high, and we haven't even made it inside. So come on, let's get inside because there are some amazing things once you step in the door, even if you're not an outdoor person or a sports lover. So yes, I do love the outdoors as far as, hiking to find that really cool waterfall or spectacular view or whatever, or nature-related things. But I'm not the type of person that likes camping and fishing and hunting, that kind of stuff. I'm definitely not into sports. Sports is like the furthest thing from my radar, but like walking inside this store and seeing a tropical aquarium like we're entering into the Rainforest Cafe is crazy. But it doesn't stop here. Oh no, it gets even better. So I want you to tell me, leave a comment down below. Have you ever been in a store before, other than Sheels? Maybe you've been into a Sheels, but have you ever been in a store that had a Ferris wheel like this? I know some malls have Ferris wheels or had Ferris wheels in them, and no, places like American Dream Mall or the Mall of America don't count because those are just over-the-top spectacle, places that are meant to draw the oohs and ahs and the wow, look at this thing, So this is just your typical average store. And seeing these LED TV signs wrapped around the poles like this, advertising food while you're inside a sports store is weird. But they do have a full-on cafe. I had eaten already for the day, so I didn't get to try it out. But I've heard that it's really good. The food is high quality, and, I was visiting on an off time, and it was rainy and kind of crappy out, so, but we can take a brief little look at the menu. You can pause it if you want to see closer on that, but very, very nice cafe. SpongeBob socks. Oh man, Minion socks. But then there's, Minion socks want to go. Bye-bye. And then there's, come on, get on the thing, Rugrat socks. It's got Chucky. Now, throughout this video, you are going to see a lot of Ferris wheels. It's going to be Ferris wheel this, Ferris wheel that, Ferris wheel until you want to throw up, because I was just so amazed that there's this whole Ferris wheel in here, and I got to take a ride on it. So definitely watch all the way through because you'll want to see what it looks like to be inside this awesome store on a Ferris wheel. Now, the one thing I will say that was kind of disappointing, and it's mainly just disappointing to me, is that there really wasn't anything in here that I wanted to buy. And I mean, that kind of makes sense because I'm not into outdoor gear or sporting related things. So, that's to be expected. But if you're into those kind of things, you're going to absolutely love this store because they did have a really good selection of stuff. I mean, I was surprised to see this jewelry section here, which even Dick's Sporting Goods and, your places like that, Cabela's, they don't have a jewelry section, nor do they have a home decor section where you can get all of the kind of woodsy, outdoor, cabin, rustic type things to put all over your wall. They had some furniture. It was just so cool to see. And they even had someone inside this little kind of store within a store so that if you had design questions or whatever, you could get them answered. You could have someone, to answer all of your questions. It was super cool. So I know I've been referencing Cabela's a lot, and yeah, I know, Cabela's and Bass Pro Shops are one and the same. Do you call it Cabela's or do you call it Bass Pro Shops, or do you not just give a crap what it's called? You just are like, it's a giant sports store, it's huge, it's awesome. Leave a comment down below if you had a Sheels located near you and a Bass Pro Shop / Cabela's. Which would you shop at? Would you go to the Sheels or would you continue to go to the Bass Pro Shops? I'd be interested to know. So checking out the kids department reveals some more awesome finds because they have an entire playscape. Like the kind they used to have at most McDonald's, and now there's only a few left. Well, they have a full-on play area in that. I don't know, my brain just kind of had a meltdown when I was in this place. So when I look at today's retail landscape and even malls, and I focus on why are they doing poorly, why are they dying, I kind of reference places like this and I go, this is exactly what we need. We need more stores that just have experiences to draw people in, because you might be headed off to this store going, ooh, I want to see the giant Ferris wheel and the arcade and all this really cool stuff. And then you end up buying something that you didn't expect to buy, because guess what? That's exactly what happened to me while I was here. I did end up buying something. I forget what it was offhand. Oh, yeah, no, I bought a bunch of candy. That's what it was, from the candy store, which was pretty awesome in itself, and we'll get to that in a little bit. So this begins our tour of the second level. And throughout the second level, you'll notice all of these photo op spots where you can stand in front of the giant golf ball or, the whatever, and have your photo taken, usually with the Ferris wheel as the backdrop. It's pretty great. Maybe I should have a counter going for every time I say Ferris wheel in this video. Because the second level is the best place to view the Ferris wheel from. It gives you a spectacular view. This is also the level where you'll find most of the attractions, like the mini arcade, the mini bowling alley, the candy store, that kind of stuff. Speaking of mini bowling alley, OMG mini bowling alley. I love me some bowling. So have you guys seen the new Dick's Sporting Goods format? I forget exactly what they're calling them now. I know I toured one at a mall in the Knoxville, Tennessee area, and are they copying Sheels? Because they're starting to add things like outdoor basketball courts and batting cages and rock wall climbing. They're kind of adding attractions to draw you into the store, just like this Sheels. I think it's a great idea because I don't frequent Dick's, but if it had a Ferris wheel in the middle, I'd probably frequent it quite often, especially if there was like a cafe inside. Come into Dick's and you get some food and you ride the Ferris wheel and then you throw up. So not only is Dick's copying Sheels, but Sheels is copying Bass Pro Shops. Oh man, you guys, they have the thing kind of like at Cabela's, you know what I mean? That's kind of funny. So they copied Cabela's, but also added in the Ferris wheel, the arcade, candy store, cafe, mini bowling alley. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, just wow. calling all pet lovers, and especially dog lovers, because we're about to head over to the pet section. So my first impression and thoughts of the pet section were that they carried a lot of those kind of upper crust products. You know, the ones that have the high price tag to go along with it. And I was just like, yeah, I don't really want to spend $20 on a dog toy for my dog. Although I love Bailey and she is worth it. I just don't have that kind of money. Welcome to Bass Pro Shops, also known as Cabela's, also known as... Oh, wait, no, we're in Sheels still. Please do not touch the animals while visiting the Sheels store. They may come to life, headbutt you, and eat you for lunch. Thank you, and have a pleasant day, and please do come again. Okay, if these are seriously the real prices on these, they're literally like, you know, the buckets you get at hardware stores. I mean, I guess they're kind of special, but like, this one's $24.99, which is still, holy crap. I know they're a little bit on the large side, and they're meant for probably, you know, putting balls in, you know, like baseballs or whatever, but crap, $129 for a bucket. What the? Okay, after looking at those buckets and then thinking about it for a minute, I was like, oh, yeah, you're buying a bucket of balls. And I know that sounds really funny, but you weren't just buying the bucket. There's actually, like, you know, baseballs in it or whatever, tennis balls, etc. That's why they're so expensive. Now that we're back at the Ferris wheel again, watching it go round and round and round, I think it's time to head down to the lower level and actually get to take a ride on it and see what the store looks like from above, because it was amazing. The ride operator was awesome. He was super friendly, and from what I understand, if it's your first time to the store, they'll actually let you go on the Ferris wheel for free, although it was only $1, so, you know, Where can you go on a Ferris wheel for $1? I know I went to a local mall parking lot carnival recently, and it was like $4 or $5 just to go on the little tiny kiddie Ferris wheel. It was stupid, but I did it for you guys because I wanted to see the mall from the air. So before hopping on the Ferris wheel, let's check out the sights and sounds. Now, while on the Ferris wheel, they do have signs that say not to bring any loose items on the Ferris wheel, which would include, you know, cameras for filming or phones or whatever. And that makes sense because they don't want you dropping it and then it landing on a customer below. But the ride operator was pretty cool, and I was very careful. I wasn't going to drop my phone because it's very expensive, so I was able to get a few shots while on the Ferris wheel. So enjoy the Ferris wheel inside the Sheels, and I think this is the last time I'm going to say Ferris wheel. A big shout out and thank you to the ride operator of this Ferris wheel, who, funny enough, was originally from Ohio, where I'm from. He was awesome. So if you get a chance to go over to this Sheels, hopefully he'll be your ride operator as well. Well, that's going to do it for this episode from the Sheels here in Springfield, Illinois. We're going to escape the rain and head back to Ohio. If you'd like to see more content like this, you can check out any of my memberships. There'll be links for them on screen. There's the Patreon one or the YouTube channel membership. You'll find tons and tons more content just like this. Thank you everyone for all of your support, and I'll see you on the next episode.